It's Thursday. I had to think. Yeah, it's Thursday, February the 12th. We are headed to get a bone density test done. Last week I had my physical with my primary care physician, and so she ordered two things. I think I mentioned it in my previous video, but a bone density, and then it's been 10 years, so it's time for my colonoscopy. They have not called yet to schedule that, but the bone density place did. So that's where we're on our way this morning to get that done. I don't know if I can record in there. If I can, I will. If not, then I probably won't pick y'all back up until we get out of there. But that is where we are headed this morning. Yeah, like I said, it's that time of the year. I like to get a lot of my stuff done at the beginning of the year just to get it on out the way. And y'all know the drill. It's time to call baby. Talk to him. So yeah, I will pick you guys up when I get there. You know, one of the things I'm definitely going to have to get used to is vlogging in public. It makes me so nervous, but I'm definitely going to have to get over that, because now that I'm a full-time content creator, this is how I'm going to be making passive income. I have got to get over that fear of vlogging in public. I'm like, I don't know, somebody was out there playing some kind of music. I don't know what that was. Let's see if I can get this. Probably not. Oh, it's crowded in there too. I don't know. Let's see. What happened? What happened, babe? What, at the landfill? You said he cutting her hours. Oh, man. Tell her apply for the post op. Oh, is she older? Oh.
No. This is for the.
I'll say tell her apply for the post office. But, yeah. So, I'm thinking about going and get my feet done. You want to go together, or you don't want to do it? You don't want to do it. I'm just asking. It's something we supposed to be doing, but I mean, it's something we do, but I'll pay for it. It's just, if not, I'll go and go by myself.
What you talking about doing it?
I mean, this weekend, I just want to get mine done, and then try to maintain it after that. I bought that little thing, so, but I just would like to get it, get them to do it, and then the week we don't go, I can work on it myself, try to keep my feet smooth, because I want to get a what do you call a manicure too. My little nails are so bad, they grow and then they break, and I guess because of my thyroid, but I probably should use some type of hardener, so they wouldn't split so easy, or
Right on.
So yes, no, I'm asking. You ain't still
I
in
don't care, baby. I don't care, baby.
Hi guys, we are back home. Actually, I've been back home for probably an hour from getting my test done. And guess what? My doctor already got my test results, and it shows I have osteoporosis. And so, of course, I Googled it, and of course, it's not reversible, but we can, it says, while not fully reversible, early detection and lifestyle changes such as diet, exercise, in the initial osteopenia stage can prevent progression to osteoporosis. So my doctor's office has already called me with that information, and so I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow to get with her to discuss, I guess, treatment at 12:15. And you know what, part of me already kind of suspected it, because I know my cousin who had weight loss surgery talked about that she wasn't taking her I guess you call it like a cocktail after you have weight loss surgery, and that was one of her issues. So yeah, I know I probably had not been taking my calcium and stuff like I needed to after my surgery. I did really good, but like I said, when all the stuff happened with my mom and her coming to stay with us, I kind of just fell off a lot of stuff. And remember, I think I said last year is when I really started back taking my my vitamin supplements and stuff like that. But who knows, the damage had probably already been done, because it had probably been over a year since I wasn't taking my vitamins like I should. So if you are considering weight loss surgery, my one thing I definitely suggest is do not fall off your vitamins. It's just kind of, I don't like it. It's just more medicine to be taking, but I'm pretty sure I'd already started back exercising. Even though this week was a bad week, I didn't exercise, but I'd already decided that, talked about diet, meal prepping and stuff. So, golly, this is always something. You know, when I've retired now, and it's like, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. So I'm gonna go to the doctor tomorrow, see what they're talking about as far as that goes. Anyway, moving on. I'm up in the glam room nonetheless. I'm getting ready to record my no makeup look. Yeah. Anyway, I will talk to y'all guys a little bit later. I don't know if I have anything else planned for today. I'm trying to get back into a routine. Today is Thursday, so I'm probably, I don't know, we've just been tired between, you know, going to the Costco Business Center. Then we had an emergency with one of our grandbabies being at the hospital. Then we had Super Bowl, and we were, you know, had people over for that. So we've just been tired and trying to catch up on sleep. I know my husband for sure. So I don't think really have too much. Like I said, it's probably the end of the week. So I don't know. I might just carry this video this week on over, because I didn't start it till today, which, like I said, is Thursday. I'll probably just carry this week on over into next week if I have something going on. If not, we'll end it whenever. But yeah. Anyway. So I'm going to end this for today unless something else happens, and I'll pick you guys back up. But yeah, that's kind of like what is going on. All right, guys. I forgot to come back and tell you guys what happened at the doctor's office when I had to go back. You know, again, I had a bone density test done. And normally don't do the test until you are about 65. And so my doctor was like, you know, the insurance will pay for it. You want to go ahead and just do one. And I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So I did have the bone density test done. I want to say, so today is Saturday. So I want to say I had it done Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, I believe. The days start running together when you retire. And I had an early appointment that morning. So I went ahead and got that done. Did whatever else I had to do. By the time I got back home and everything, the doctor's office was calling me saying that my test results were in, and she wanted to schedule an appointment for me to come in. And I want to say it was Thursday. Was it Wednesday? Either way, the very next day I went in to see my doctor. This is what happens when you don't record, you know, day by day. So I had my bone density test done the very next day. I went and saw the doctor, and she said she was in shock, is her word. She had to look at the test results 3 times because she was just in disbelief. So guys, I do have osteoporosis in my back, and she said it's not a little, it's a lot. She was just surprised because, you know, I'm 57, and she wasn't expecting to see that. So I didn't get emotional. I just kind of sat there and kind of looked at her, and she was like, you know, it's not reversible, but we can take medication. And I will put the medication here that I was prescribed. I only have to take one pill 1 day a week, first thing in the morning with a sip of water, and everything. So, and then we'll revisit it in a year. I think she said a year. We'll redo another bone density test to just make sure that it's, I guess, what do we call it? Stabilized or whatever. So yeah, not the best of news. I mean, I am 57. I'm like, and there are no symptoms, so you wouldn't know. So she was like, thank goodness we went on and got it done instead of waiting 8 more years when I would have turned 65 to get it done, because who knows the state it might have been in. And so, like she said, we need to stabilize it. I also have to go get some blood work done. The LabCorp was closed for lunch, and so I was trying to get back home. So I made an appointment. I don't go till Tuesday. So probably on the next vlog, you'll see that. I'm going to go get blood work done. She's going to check my vitamin D levels as well as my thyroid to make sure that it's not causing an issue with that. I'm not a doctor. If you're a doctor, or if you've been through this and you know how that affects, I said I need to Google it and read a little bit more. She tried to explain it to me, but you know, in layman's term, I don't know. But she wanted to make sure that my thyroid and everything, my levels are good, which my endocrinologist said everything was good. I'm on 75 milligrams of Synthroid. But of course, we hadn't been doing anything testing for no osteoporosis. So she's going to check to make sure my levels are good. And I guess that if they're not, they're going to have to coordinate to get me on something to make sure that that's not continuing to cause an issue. If my vitamin D levels are good, then I can continue on with my multivitamin cocktail, which does include vitamin D. But if not, she may have to prescribe me some vitamin D. So, but meantime, I'm just like, okay, I just need to be careful from falling or anything like that, I guess, you know, because she's saying it's in my back and it's bad, which is scary. And like I said, there's no symptoms or anything. So it even made her say we're both the same age, that she's going to get her doctor to set her up to get her bone density checked. I've been going to her for quite a while. We've been having some great conversations, but that even scared her. So if you are about my age and you're not, of course, you know, 65 when they normally test, maybe it will be okay if your insurance will pay for it to ask them to go ahead and schedule you for a bone density. Maybe tell them about my story and you're just curious. I mean, we pay all this money for insurance. Why can't we use it? Okay. But yeah, I wanted to insert that in there. The main things that I can do, along with taking the medication that she's prescribing me, is I need to do weight-bearing exercises. So, you know, I'd already started, stop. But now with this, you know, I'm telling my husband, look, there's no more of that. Monday, Wednesday, Friday to start. If I miss one of those days, the next day I need to exercise. So I got to start incorporating some weight bearing exercise. And y'all already know, if you've been following me, I got a whole gym up here and upstairs. So I have no excuse. Dumbbells, bench press. I have all of the things. So Monday morning, well, not Monday morning, but Monday evening when he gets home from work, definitely going to get started on my my journey. So because, you know, I didn't retire to get all frail and you know, and all the things. I want to do my part. I have to do my part. Okay. So I'm going to take my medication like I'm supposed to, and I'm going to do my my cardio and weight bearing exercise, which I was going to do anyway. But now this definitely says there's no more room for error and playing and jumping on and off the bandwagon. So if you, whether you're young, middle-aged, old, whatever, I mean, I've been knowing that weight-bearing exercise is great for you, but now with me having osteoporosis and this will definitely help that, your bone density, you need to start lifting weights. Don't have to be nothing heavy, okay, but you definitely need to do some weight-bearing exercises. So I just want to make sure I put that in there because, I mean, it's so important. It's a scary thing. You know, it's scary. I mean, I know a lot comes with getting older. It's a blessing to get older. I thank God every day. But it's still scary, and you got to do what you can, because we're not doing all this working to get to retirement to fall apart. Okay. So we got to do our part. And I probably do a video and talk about like my routine, what all I'm doing since I've retired, just do that in a separate video. But I just wanted to put that in there since I did mention we were getting tested for getting our bone density checked out. All right.
to my prayers, the one who shows me someone cares, my protector, my heart, my own. Carrie, you're the best I've ever known. Ooh, yeah. And when you made Darius your son, loved him like he'd always been the one. That's when I knew beyond all doubt, oh, your love is what life's all about. Carrie, you're my shelter in the storm, the one who keeps me safe and warm. My husband, my hero, my everything, the reason why my heart still sings. Carrie, forever you're
I was trying to wait till tomorrow. Happy Valentine's Day, baby.
Did we just see a thug cry? Oh my God, nigga, you really crying?
Happy Valentine's Day, baby. I was like, well, since he went on and gave me my flowers, then I'm going to go ahead and play this that I had made for you.
Man, you really crying? Oh,
Happy birthday.
Hey, can I get a hug? Happy Valentine's Day, babe. I love you.
Oh my God, I'm just single.
I was like, is he even going to be paying attention? You heard your name.
You got me coming. Come here, oh God.
I said, let me turn it on. I'm going to see if he going to even be paying attention to his
He
name.
was gonna cry.
I was wondering, when I put it on, I'm like, is he even going to be paying attention when it saying his name? But you know how he be so into what he doing. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you.
You got me. Y'all got me. Y'all got me.
You want to hear it again?
Then you got all the kids and the grandkids. Oh Lord. Even the niece. Oh Lord. You got me, baby.
I got him, y'all. I got him.
I'm trying to hold it.
I was like, is he even going to be paying attention? I was like trying to play it and just leave out and see if you would even notice.
Oh, baby. That's better than the ones that they be doing when they be sitting in the car. Yeah. This and that, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is the same stuff that I be hearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did that.
Because, I mean, I'm like, we don't
Then
need
you
anything
got
for
me.
Valentine's.
You know I don't do all that. You know
You don't do all that. It's all right, babe.
This past week has been a rough week.
Yeah.
The grandbabies do something different, but yeah. Happy Valentine. We love you, babe. We appreciate everything you do for us. I know I do.
Serious.
No. Okay. Patrick's out the way for Valentine.
Trey, get out of there.
Get out of there.
Baby, get.
What?
Just one.
What is that?
Just one little.
Why you all in here like you pay bills?
Just one.
He see that corn. Can you believe how you see?
I be corn.
Yo,
Corn
look,
way
look.
No,
This is what he
only
see.
one's
Corn.
Oh Lord.
He only want corn. I want corn.
So right now, y'all, since we threw with the theatrics, baby is over here finna fry some fish
Watch out.
for us with some catfish. He's gonna use he's gonna add some slap your mama to the egg wash, I guess. And then he's gonna dip it in the Louisiana, what is it called? Louisiana fish batter.
Yeah, I just
So-
saw myself.
He said he saw it on something, but I don't know. Was it YouTube?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
He saw it on YouTube, so he added some of that to the eggs, and then so he's gonna do the fish in there, and then he's gonna dip it in the Louisiana fish fry, and then we're gonna fry it in some peanut oil.
All right, get back, Trey.
Really, really, two knuckleheads. So we're gonna see how it comes out, y'all.
It's supposed to be some kind of.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. It is Saturday, February the 14th. I hope you all are having a wonderful Valentine's Day. It is currently raining here in the suburbs right outside of Dallas, Texas. So it is raining. But nonetheless, we're not getting out. You know, we done got a little older. And as much as I love some of my favorite spots to go to, I just don't like to have 30 minutes or longer waits and all that. Not in my older age. So we try to avoid going out on Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. So we're in. I had forgot to come back and show you the fish that he fried, but I want to show you what I got for Valentine's Day. He got it for me, brought it yesterday from when he got home from work. But isn't those pretty? My flowers. And a beautiful, and a little box of chocolate that says Happy Valentine's Day. And of course, you hear the grandbabies, but aren't they just beautiful? Aren't they nice? I love it. So pretty. So pretty. So if you're watching, babe, thank you again. Hopefully, you know, you saw the little tribute that I did for him for Valentine's Day. Definitely go check it out. I'm gonna leave the link below. The little tribute so you can see it way more probably clear on that. But yeah, let me go ahead and just show you the fish. Good morning, babe. Say hello to the vlog.
Hey.
And you know, y'all already know it's dark in my house. I say it all the time. I like it being dark. But anyway, let me just show you at least what's left anyway, how the fish look. So this is the fish. Turned out really good, great flavor. As you saw, he added the slap your mama to the eggs and then dipped it in the Louisiana fish fry, and he fried it outside on top of, I guess one of our grills has a, what do you call, like a stove? What is that, babe?
3-in-1. It has the aisle and then the grill and then the smoke.
Yeah, so on a 3-in-1 grill. And so he fried the fish out there because I don't like my house smelling like that. So, ooh, it's nice and crispy though. But anyway, it was good. And I did baked potatoes and we had salad. So it was really good. Now, of course, you can make yours as crispy or as light as you like. I like mine fried hard. That's kind of like what I like for my fish. But today, you making y'all a little soup today, baby? Yeah, my mom is still feeling a little under the weather, so he's making their little, call it their little chicken soup concoction today. And it's for her, so it consists of mushrooms, carrots, different soups, all that. I've showed it to y'all before. But if I can think about it, I'll probably leave the little recipe down below. It's really good, has great flavor, and he normally makes like some cornbread for her and stuff to go with it. But it makes a lot. You can call it a little expensive concoction, but it's better than chicken noodle soup, you know, because it has, you know, way more in it, and the flavor is just really, really good. So if I think about it, I'll get Babe to give me the recipe, and I'll put it down in the description box. But we aren't really doing too much today. Like I said, it's raining. I'm on Nana duty this weekend. It's my weekend to babysit. So I'm just going to chill. But let me show you. If you watch me, you know I have packed up some stuff and kind of made this their little play area. Look, see, why are you up there? Get down. Get down. No, you don't need that. Get down. You guys see, this is what I'm talking about. All this stuff right here. This is when I say, as grandparents, kids don't need nothing else. But
If grandparents didn't have to come in here.
What? No, that ain't what I was about to say. What I was about to say is kids have way more stuff than they really need. Start buying your grandkids some stock. Buy them some you buy them some stock. Get back some ETFs or something like that for their future. They do not need toys. I mean, this probably even goes to the parents, but I mean, nonetheless, as grandparents, stop buying stuff. These kids don't need. They need absolutely nothing. You want to do something? Start them a 529 plan so they don't have to take out student loans for college, and or if they don't want to go to college, maybe they want to start a business, or maybe for the first car, just get them started in life. Let's do something different. When you know better, you should do better. Schwab has a good custodial account. You can open up them one there. I don't know about Fidelity. I just hear a lot about Schwab for custodial accounts, but definitely do your research, check it out. And if you're on a budget, I get it. But if you're buying stuff like that instead for birthdays and Christmas and stuff, like buy them that. Let the parents buy the toys, the gadgets. Let's do something different, because that's definitely my plan for 2026, especially now that I've retired, is to just, when it's birthdays and Christmas, maybe I'll buy them a little something, but I'm going to be buying them stock. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be building their portfolio. That is my plan. That is my plan. and making their mama contribute to it as well. She makes decent money, But anyway, I think that's about it. My daughter wants me to do her makeup for work. If I decide to do that, I will show you that. But if not, then this will probably be the end of the vlog. But we'll see. If I don't do it and I end the vlog, I'll just come back and end it. But if I do feel like doing it and I get up and do it, then I'll set you guys up and let y'all see me do her makeup for work. I don't know why she feels like she needs to be cute. She's like, it's Valentine's Day. I got to go to work. I can at least be cute. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so we'll see. I'll come back with you guys a little bit later, one way or the other. All right, guys. So we are up in the glam room, and my daughter, I told you, wants me to do something to her face for work. So I'm gonna try to get y'all set up and see where would be a good place. That'll probably do it. So I think let me turn this off, because if you make it too bright. Let's see. People always ask me, do I do other people's makeup? Not really. I'm not a makeup artist, and the reason why I say that, I know how to do my makeup, and I probably mess with my daughter and my niece's face a little bit. But the other thing is I'm sure if I practice, I could. You have to have, utensils for other people's makeup, and that's an investment that I'm not for sure if that's something I want to get into. Now, if people ask me and they have their own stuff, I don't mind trying to show them a few tricks and stuff that I do. But becoming a makeup artist requires you to have a lot of stuff, and that is not the plan for my life moving forward since I have retired from the Postal Service. Yeah. But I will do it if people ask me, if I have friends and stuff want and they have their own things, or if I have some things I haven't used, I don't mind. So she says that she has did her skincare.
I didn't put the moisturizer on.
Put that across so you push your hair back. So we're going to use my moisturizer. This does have, like I told y'all, if you watch my skincare routine, which I will link down below, this is Olive Olay Super Cream. It does have sunscreen. And yes, my melanated people, you need sunscreen. This has broad spectrum SPF 30. You don't have to use something really, really heavy, especially in the, I'm going to let her put some on her face. Okay, and a little goes a long ways. And I like this because it doesn't leave a white cast, especially if you're not a foundation person or whatever. But this is just SPF 30, which I feel is okay in the spring, like fall, winter, and maybe early spring. And maybe once the summer hits, especially if you live in Texas, you probably need something a little bit heavier. I usually have SPF 40 or 50 when I do my sunscreen that time of the year. But you need to use sunscreen, my melanated people. Yes, you do. Okay? Yes, you do. I am a brow girl first. I always like to start with the brows. She doesn't, she wants just kind of like a light beat. She's going to work, you know. She's just going to work. Why didn't you arch your eyebrows? No? You don't arch your eyebrows? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're not going to do no over shaping. And what I like to do is go into the brow with a brow glue. This is not glue. It's just like a freeze. Anastasia makes a good one, but this is an inexpensive one here. I got it at my local beauty supply. Because I like my brows to stay in place. I don't like my brows to move throughout the day. So you just go in, work it in. And per usual, when I'm recording, that's when the grandbabies want to act up. So yes, you probably will hear them in the background since I'm going to be talking throughout this video. She does not want them overdone. So all I'm going to do is shape her brows and fill them in. And I'm not going to overdo them, if that makes sense, okay? Because after all, she is going to work. This is not for an evening out or no event or anything like that. So what I like to do is just kind of let them set. And then once I go in, just to kind of fill them in just a little bit, then I'll shape them a little bit more. But this just kind of gives me a little bit of something to work with. So I'm gonna let her dry, let them dry down. Did you put any moisturizer on? You got dry skin.
I have dry skin.
So that means you need a very hydrating. This is good. You might need a more hydrating moisturizer. And I'm gonna put a little lotion on my hands because they dry, y'all. They dry. They's dry. So she went to Sephora. I didn't go with her. She picked out a few things. She picked out some One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. And this is translucent powder. So it's pretty much for any skin tone because she doesn't wear foundation. So we're going to just use her concealer, some corrector, and a little concealer for her face. And then we're just going to set that. So nothing crazy. She bought her a lip liner. I don't know what she got, some kind of shimmer and stuff, y'all. I'm just going to show you while we drying down the brows. This is a Sephora Mini Mix palette. It's probably not no colors I would have picked. It's kind of like a mauve pattern, But I'm going to also be using my I have not used this. It's my Juvia's Place, the coffee shop. I really like that. So if you're more into neutral tones, I definitely recommend this. It's very pigmented and it has lots of colors. You have some of your matte colors, you know, that will also give you some of your transition shade. And then it does have some shimmer palettes in here as well. So I think this will be perfect if you're a neutral girl and you want to just invest in maybe one good palette. I would definitely suggest Juvia's Place and get the coffee shop, okay? And then she got Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade 440 for her concealer. Yeah, so that's the color she got. And then she also got Gloss Bomb. She's not really into lip color, but it does have a little color. This is the color Fussy by Fenty. And then she did get her a lip liner. It's called Traced Out. Very cute. So if you're not a lippy girl, I definitely recommend getting you maybe a lip liner and just some clear gloss. It'll just give you a little bit of color without doing too much. Okay. So we're going to go in. I'm going to fill in her brows. And y'all know me. My trick, because I'm heavy-handed, so I don't use a brow pencil. I like to use a mascara brush. Now, she's my daughter, so she's going to use this. And I only use it for my brows. That's it. I just go in with it. And this is by Maybelline Great Lash. And I take a little bit off because you don't want it to be too heavy. Again, especially... You do your makeup for the occasion. She's going to work, so we're not doing no event or nothing like that. So nothing too heavy. You just want to fill in your brows, okay? So that's what I'm about to do. And you want to use a light touch. You just mainly grabbing the hairs. You don't want to go in like you're going to do your lashes, okay? Shot for my thumbnail. Even though I've done that brown, but that's okay.
Just do this side then. little blooper in the video. Close, Mom? Dang.
Okay, keep your eyes open. Yeah, I always forget to do that, y'all. Even when I do it myself, be like, God dang it.
Okay, I gotta stay at the mirror because the brow look good.
All right, so if you look, let her come in a little close. You see the difference from just filling it in just a little bit versus not. Is it necessary? No, it's not. But I feel like it does give your brow a little something, okay? And you could definitely do this on just your regular day when you just want to do your brows, put on a little gloss and go. It just adds a little something to the face. The brow shapes the face. That's what I always say. And just imagine how much nicer this would look if they were arched, if she had actually arched her eyebrows. But it's okay. So I'm going to stop right there because normally when I finish everything else, I'll go in and I'll fix the tail with the pencil. But as you can see, like I said, it gives you a little bit of something without doing too much to the brows. And then you can always just take a regular brush and just kind of take the product through the brows just a little bit. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape her brows with her concealer. Just to add a little bit more depth through her brows, okay? You want to take off some of the excess. You don't need to be heavy, okay? Don't be heavy. And what I like to do is just put a few dots. All right, just a few dots. And then you want to find, let's see, do you have an angle brush? No. So she doesn't have an angle brush, but we're going to go in with a flat brush. So it either needs to be a flat brush or an angle brush. Now we're going to carve out the top. Really should have what's named your brows, but okay. It's fine. So like I said, just a few dots on the top, a little bit on the top, just to carve out your brows, just to give them a little bit more shape, and use your brush. And then all you want to do is pull down the excess onto the lid, because we are doing a little bit of shadow. All right, and then again, carve out the top. All right. And so this is what we're working with. Shaped eyebrows. She has thick brows, unlike her mama. All right, so now we're going to go ahead, because I like to go ahead and do the lid. Now you can do your concealer, you can do an eye primer, whichever, which I always normally just go in with my concealer. You just put a little bit on your lid. Because she doesn't like black eyeshadow. She doesn't want anything dark. So we're going to stick more with the chocolates and the neutral tones. So I'm just going to blend out the concealer on her lid, because it's going to give the eyeshadow something to stick to. She has some clusters, lash clusters, so I'm just going to be careful. All right. Just blend it out really good. You can use your fingers if you want to. This is not something that has to be perfect, because it's going to be under your eyeshadow. You just want to cover your lid. All right. So that's the first step. Now what I'm going to do next is go into her setting powder. You do want to set the concealer, okay? because the concealer will crease, which will cause your shadow to crease as well. So you're just going to use a little fluffy brush. You're going to go in with your powder. I think I have some setting powder that might match hers, and save this for her makeup. So I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place. It didn't really match for me, but it's in the shade Gobi. And I'm just going to use this to set her lid with her brush. And my daughter told me she's used these a couple of times and she has not cleaned her brushes. 2 or 3 times you need to, after that, you need to clean your brushes, because guess what? Bacteria builds up on your brushes, which causes breakout. Okay? You got to use clean brushes. And all I'm going to do is just go into the concealer. I'm sorry, the setting powder. Tap off the excess. Take your hand, dap it on there to get some more excess off, and then you just want to set the concealer. Okay? You just want to set it just a little bit. Dap it in, tap a little bit off, go on the back of your hand, and set the concealer. All right. Really simple. It's not too much. I always go in with my transition shade first. Like I said, I hadn't even used my palette. So she does not. Okay. Give me that. Open that up. Give me that. So I bought some new little, I guess you call it crease brushes. I got these at Five Below. I don't know if you have a Five and Below near you. There's nothing wrong with buying expensive brushes. I definitely agree if you're a makeup artist or something. But for me, who just likes to play in makeup and it's part of my niche, I don't go out and spend a whole lot on brushes. So when I find some inexpensive brushes, I definitely get them. So I think these were like maybe $1 and something each. So I got me like 3. So all right. And this is all this is. It's just a little fluffy crease brush. All right. And so she doesn't, like I said, she doesn't like black. She doesn't like all that. So we're doing like a really light shadow, but we're going to probably go in maybe with this color for her transition shade. Okay. So we're going to go in with this color here. All right. And we're going to just tap it off, and we're going to go into her creases. And you just lightly, and you build, okay? Close your eye for me. And we're just going to tap it in. And I'm going to blend it out, okay? Boy, my poor husband. Oh, my goodness. And just go back and forth, okay? This is going to be her transition shade. You can put it all over the lid. It doesn't matter. Don't get ups. Don't worry about it too much, because we're going to do something on the bottom lid. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. She has a lot more real estate on her eyes than I do. I love people who have a lot more real estate, because you can really do some colors. So again, tap it into the color, tap it in, and then you want to blend it out. Don't worry about getting it to the outside. We're going to fix all of that when we do the concealer. It's Valentine's Day. She's going to work. I don't know why she got to be cute, but okay. So we're just going on an angle, and we're just putting a little color down here. We're not filling in the whole lid. We just want to put some color, okay? You can swerve it. Blend it back and forth. Don't worry about being too cute, because I have not done the face. That's why I like to do my brows and my shadow first, because any fallout we can clean up. Okay. All right. And that was very easy. Now she wants just a little bit of shimmer. I don't necessarily, her little palette she got. So what I might do, since she's into that, we have 3 shimmer shades. We have a gold. We have kind of like a bronzy color, and then we have like a light orange. Hold your wrist up. What you can do to see what you like best is just do a test to see what you think is cute, what you might want to do. This color here. That's the color she's going to do. And guess what? And we're just going to use our finger. So I'm going to clean my fingers up, and we're going to go in with that on your finger. All right, and I think it keeps it from being fallout and getting all over your. So I'm just going to rub it in with my finger, and that's this color down here at the bottom. Yeah. So I'm going to put some on both lids, and then we're going to take that same brush that we did the brown, the transition shade, and we're just going to blend it so you don't have no harsh lines. We're going to make it look seamless. So we're only going to use probably about 3 colors. That's it. All right, and then we're just going to go back in with that same brush. And all I'm going to do is just go back. Close your eyes. That way it just blends out, okay? It just looks effortless. Not doing too much. All right, and then we're just going to go in maybe something to just highlight the brow just a little bit. Just to add a little something up there. It's not going to be too much. It's not a... Like I say, we're just doing something subtle. She's just going to work. We don't want to do too much. Just to kind of put over top of that concealer. Really subtle. Nobody's probably even going to know she put anything up there, but it's just real subtle. And we're just going to blend where that cut crease is with that same brush so there's no harsh lines. That's all. All right. All right. Now, all right. So now that we cleaned up the face, you still got to have something for your concealer and everything to grip to. So you need a primer. You need a primer. I have the One Size All Sucker Extreme Mattifying Primer. And you just shake it up. I'm going to put some primer on. Oh, yeah. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. Okay. I'm going to put it mostly in the T-zone. Okay. So we've got that in. And then I'm just going to use some regular primer on the rest of her face.
They giving him a hard time.
This is a life of content creator when you got people in the crib. This is just what it is. All right. So we've got the primer on. Now we're going to go in. Like I said, she does not wear foundation. So we're going to go in with some color corrector because she has dark circles under her eyes. And so I'm going to go in. This is LA Color Corrector. And this is in the shade Orange. Because as you can see, she's just a little dark up under the eyes. And we're just going to put a little bit corrector. Not too much. And then any places where I see maybe she has a few spots. Okay. And then we're just going to blend them in. That's just going to help the concealer work. Like she has dark circles on her eyes and I have hollow eyes. And especially as you get older, gravity starts taking effect, unfortunately. And that just, everything starts pulling down. go in there. And you just want to blend it in really well. Wherever you have some dark spots, maybe. Okay. And you're going to let that concealer sit. Like I said, I'm sorry, corrector. Correct me. You're going to let that sit and let it set for a minute. And then we're going to go in with her concealer. Now, now this is my thing. If you don't like foundation, which I personally don't wear foundation, and I have a lot of it. God knows I do. I have several. If you can see, I have a lot. But I do like Fenty. This is called a tinted. This is Eavesdrop. It's a blurring skin tint. So it's almost like a tinted moisturizer. So it's not a foundation. It's a tinted moisturizer, which just kind of gives you a more, nice complexion, but it still looks like you.
Like smooth.
So like BB cream makes a good one, but I do like Fenty. Fenty has like over 100 some shades. So definitely if you're not into foundation, try Fenty Beauty or BB cream, something that's a tinted moisturizer. That'll just give you a little bit of something without looking like you got a mask on, if that makes sense. Okay. But this is what I use in the shade 22. People ask me all the time, and that's pretty much what I have. I think also the Lip Bar has one. This is a 3-in-1 tinted moisturizer as well. I also use them. It's a black-owned brand as well. This was in the shade Mahogany Mammy. I have not tried it yet. I said I'm going to try it. But I like those. And I especially like those in the spring and in the summer, especially in Texas heat, when you don't want all that foundation. A little bit, a dot, rub it in, especially if you don't have any type of hyperpigmentation or any problems with your skin. It's definitely, I say, the way to go. Okay, it'll just give you a little bit of color without foundation. So we're going to go in. We've allowed the corrector to set. So now we're going to go in with her concealer. You just use a little bit because you're going to blend it out. You can always build. You can't take away. So start off light and then add if you need more. Now I want to sit for just a minute before I blend it out. Okay. So we're going to let that sit for just a second and then we're going to blend it out. Give me your beauty blender. Now when you do that, I'm always going to spray it with a little bit of my setting spray. Now I have different ones. I have Charlotte Tilbury. I do have hers. Charlotte Tilbury, and I also have Milani Make It Last. So whatever you prefer. This gives you a 24-hour natural finish setting spray. It does have niacinamide in it, which is good for your skin. So either way you go, I mean, just whatever you prefer. Like I said, this gives you an airbrush feeling by Charlotte Tilbury. Price point. This, of course, is cheaper. The Milani, of course, is a lot cheaper than Charlotte Tilbury. So, but they both work very, very well. Okay, so for the sake of my daughter, we're not going to use my expensive Charlotte Tilbury. We're going to use the Make It Last original. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to spray it. You don't want it soaked, just a little bit, okay? And then we're going to go in and we're going to blend out. Most important part is blending. Take your time, regardless whether you're using foundation or not, to blend. And then you can squeeze just to have a little bit more of a control over the beauty blender. I am a beauty blender user. A lot of people like to use a concealer brush. I'm so sorry. A concealer brush. I'm trying to talk, but yeah. I don't know. I've always used a beauty blender. The only thing with the beauty blender, I feel like it does soak up more of the product. I think that's why a lot of makeup artists don't like to use the beauty blender. But I just like it better than the brush. But whatever works for you, definitely that's what you should use.
Tickles my nose.
All right. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, because like I said, this is pretty much going to be her coverage. We're just going to go in and we're just going to add some, just here and there. That's really starting up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And a lot of people are liking using a concealer. But again, like I said, go find you a tinted moisturizer. And don't use, a lot of your expensive concealer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fenty.
All right. So I'm going to go in again and I'm going to spray it. All right. And then we're going to just blend out her concealer. All right, so we put a little. I see we'll have to add a little bit more, like especially like on the nose. I like water. So around here, she's a lot more darker. So we're probably we got to add a little bit more. This is why I say finding you a good tinted moisturizer would be better than using a concealer. But I know girls who like concealer. I have no problem with it, but I just feel like just get you a tinted moisturizer. So right now I'm using the butt of it to blend it out a little bit better. You want to get under the chin, because you're supposed to match it to your neck, especially if you're going to be using it as a cover-all. But if you're doing your foundation, everything is supposed to match to your neck. Okay? So blend, blend, blend. You see? I think you could have been a little bit darker. See if you're going to use it all over the face, but we're gonna spray it. So melt it. Mm-hmm. So once I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and melt everything in. Close it down.
Okay, hold on.
And stop that. You're gonna have to stop that. All right, so we're gonna go in. I'm gonna set the liquid, is what I call it, the liquid. And then we'll move on to the powders. So we're gonna let her get that all dry, and then we're gonna go in and do the powders, which is her setting powder, which she got a translucent shade by one size. Sponge to do the setting powder. So one of these little cute little thingamajigs here. And I'm gonna just open it up. I like that little thing. It keeps the powder in there. That's really, really cute. So we're gonna just tap some down into the thing. Oh my God.
Excuse my children.
So I'm just gonna start with just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then when you do that, of course, again, like I said, tap some of the excess off. And we're gonna go under and set. I like this one because it has a little point on there. And you're just pressing it in. Now, if you like to bake, then you bake. I never bake. I just go ahead and press it in. That's what I like to do. And, but if you like to bake, definitely bake. I just don't bake. You just want to tap it in. You don't want to swipe. Never swipe. We're patting it in. And I'm just going to go over her face lightly. So it'll help with any shine. It's going to help absorb any of the oil. I could think. Good. And it's just to give you that finished look. If she stopped doing that to her lips, you're gonna be able to see where her makeup, where it is. Now, give me that bronze palette out of that drawer right there, right by your hand. Pull that open. Give me that. Yeah. So she doesn't have. So what we're gonna do is a little bit of contour. It's light. This is the Juvia's Place bronzed, Bronzee Deep Dark, and we're gonna do a little bit of contour. Not a lot, just a little bit.
I ain't never had my face contoured.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to use the light shade to contour, and then we're going to use this to contour the cheeks. Not too much. Not too much. And what you do is you start under the brow, and come down the side of the nose. So right here, and you come down. Not too much. This can be subtle. Now, you can see some girls, if you see them, you can see the line. Now, and I don't have a problem with it. Everybody do what they want to do. But I like it. If you're doing a light beat, I say keep it subtle. Because there ain't nothing wrong with your nose. As Bobby Brown said, the lady, not Bobby Brown, but Bobby Brown Cosmetics, that Bobby Brown. It's not necessary to contour, but I like doing it. It just seems, I don't know. I just like doing it. I just think when you overdo it is when it's too much. It should be subtle. You probably won't even be able to tell, but it's there. It's there. And then we're going to go in on the cheeks, and then we're going to go in with a little darker shade just to give her a little bit of something. And you're going to always start here. This is how it's supposed to be on your cheekbones, right below the cheekbones. And we're just going to add just a little bit, give her a little bit more color. It's kind of like bringing color back into the face. Some people do cream. You are definitely welcome to do some cream if you like. I have cream. Some people do the cream first and then they'll go back over it with the powder. Depending on what I'm doing. But again, she's just going to work. So we're going to keep this really, really subtle. Just to bring her back in. Just a little bit of color on her cheeks. Back into her face. All right. And then we're going to go in with her a color for her cheeks. Not too much. It's in that palette, right? That little green palette down there. Yeah. So we're just going to put a little bit of color on her cheeks. We're going to do probably just a little bit of bronzing across her forehead. We're just going to add a little bit of color, okay? And when I say color, it's the same thing on her cheeks. We're just going to come around and add a little color around her forehead. You don't have to do a lot. You just want to do a little bit. And again, like I said, some people do more. You do what you like. Makeup is fun. Don't take it too serious. Now, if you're getting paid to do people makeup now, of course, you need to know what you're doing. But just a little bit, just to add a little bit color. And then we're just going to swipe down under her chin. And what this does is create a little shadow. And chisels out her jawline a little bit. Very, very subtle. Like I said, you can definitely use the liquid, which will definitely make it a little bit more intense. But for the sake of work, we're not doing all that. All right. And then we're going to go in with the Juvia's Place. This is the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette. It has lots of colors. So you can see we have pink. We have like a more reddish tone, and we have a more, it comes off more like a wine color. She said,
I like my nose too. I like the blush on my nose a little bit.
The Rudolph look, yeah. What I call it. And then we're just going to add a little bit of color. I like to go up the side just a little bit. Right above where you contoured. Just a little bit or a lot, depending on what you like. But, you know, whatever you like. It just gives you just a little bit of color. And then for the girlies who's into this Rudolph new thing, okay. And so,
Okay, go ahead.
So we keeping it light. We keeping it light. Now, what I like to do is I go ahead and melt the powders. Light spray, not heavy, just a little light, because we're gonna go in with that final until done setting spray, and then we'll do a little bit of the little shimmer down the nose, little bit on the tip, and then we'll go into the lips, and we'll be done. So I guess I'll let her use some of my sharp tisbit, but you know. So we're gonna do just a little light to set this in, melt it in. All right, get the fan. We're gonna blow dry it. And while she's drying, I'm going to take the little sponge. We're not adding no more product. We're just kind of tapping. Just kind of help everything. Because sometimes it'll overspray. But yeah. Put it back up there. Let it dry. All right, and then once we're done with that, we're gonna go in with just a little bit, not too much. It's just a little bit. Just a little bit down the bridge, and a little bit on the nose. On top of that blush. And then what I'm going to do is take a little narrow pencil and put some in the corner of her eyes, just to pop the eyes just a little bit. Just a little bit in the corner. And then we're going to take some of that same color that we used on her eyes for her. So because we're not doing black. So we're going to take some of that same brown to give her a little liner. That's it. And you need a flat brush for that. Look up. And what you're going to do is tap it in first. Tap it in. So it'll give you a little bit of a color under the eyes without it being too dark. And I don't know, do you wear mascara on your bottom lid?
Mascara, yeah.
So I'm going to let her do her own mascara on her lid. But you see how it'll just give her just a little something without being too dark or too heavy on her,
I did buy an eyeliner too.
On her, what's the name? So I'm going to let her do her own liner. I'm going to let her do her own liner.
And we're using...
And that's Fenty. I think that's the Precise. Is that the Precise one? Not for sure. Fine Lines. It's by Fenty Fine Lines. And I'm going to let her add a little bit of liner. And then I might go smudge a little bit more of that transition shade up on her once she's finished. I need
to pull. How do I do it without
pulling? When you need to do it, because if you ain't good at that, you take your same sponge and you use that to place on your face to pull. Okay? But you got to get used to learn how to do it without pulling your face, because that skin up under your eyes is very thin and very sensitive. So you don't want to do too much to that area under the eyes, because it's just finishing powder. You just tap that in. Just tap it in. Now how she already experienced. That's why I let them do their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is if you're getting your waterline. Now, if you're not doing your waterline and you're just doing under your eye, you could just do a black eyeshadow. If you want it on the waterline, then yeah. I always recommend use your little sponge. And then I'm just going to smudge out the brown just a little bit more, just to smoke it out just a little bit more.
Brianna, you did your big one with this one. Like
And then you just take your brush and you just smudge up under the eyes before they do the mascara. And since she's going to work, normally you could do a wing look, but we're going to keep it really, really simple. And then over here on the edge, just kind of smoke it out a little bit. I smell that chicken.
I do, I know.
So we just want to bring it out. And then she has a little bit of fallout. Let her do her own mascara under the end. I like to use Colossal. She's my daughter. I'm going to let her use my mascara. But other people, you know, you have your own mascara because that is messing with your eyes. So you don't want to be using other people's mascara and stuff like that, okay?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot we was recording. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
So do you put translucent on your lips before you do your lip
Some
liner?
people do. I don't do all that, but
I was just asking because I don't know.
where's your lip liner? What you just bought? Where is it? I laid it down here. All right. So next, just gonna go in and do the lips. Line the lips.
We're using.
And then we'll go in there with her gloss. You can always set first before you do that. Now, when I set for that to make it stay, this is a Mattifying waterproof setting spray by Until Done. One size, Until Done. So we're gonna set the face. Close your eye. This is more dry, like it's not like wet.
Wow!
Oh, yeah, it's a bit much there.
Hey. Okay, one size.
All right, and then you're gonna go in and just line your lips. And I like Fenty's lip liner. They're very soft, easy to glide.
Can I say one thing? Rihanna, this don't go up.
No, it don't.
It don't go up.
It don't. Once it's done, it's done. That's it. So you got to use it sparingly. But I like how creamy it is. All right, and then do the little, not overdo it. Why you all up under your lips, child?
What I do?
You just doing your lips. You said,
I see.
what? Don't, you're going to have to use the concealer brush.
Let me,
Oh my God. Who, what, when, where, why? Somebody. Tell me.
I look grown.
Let's just go looking, because somebody don't. Yeah, just your lips.
Don't judge. I usually just do my concealer, eyeliner,
But
mascara,
still, who does all?
clusters.
Who does that? Who does that?
What fell?
All right, then we're gonna just go in. Once you do that, and you're just gonna add a little color on your lips. We're gonna add a little color. She chose the Fussy by, of course, Fenty. She doesn't really like lipstick, colored lipstick. So I always say, if you're not that, a cute liner, a brown or a wine color, and then add your little gloss, and you're good to go. That's really my go-to. And you just want to put it in the center of your lips and then work it in. Not on the bottom of your thing. Just work the lips lightly. Yes, that's it. That's it. Let me see. Again, you can layer lightly and then go back in. Okay, lightly, lightly, lightly. Let's see. Did you say something about moles? What did you say?
You can add a mole, but I didn't say nothing about no mole.
Oh. What'd you do with your liner? Oh. Now, I see the moley thing. Now, if she has a nose piercing thing, which would probably be the perfect place to put her a little fake mole. Probably. Just a little fake one right there. That's cute.
Yeah.
So, pretty subtle. A basic eyeshadow. We use pretty much two colors. A transition shade, a little shimmer on the lids. And we just went on and touched up her brow bone. Nothing too overstated. But like I said, when we're done, I always go back in and fix the tail. Really lightly. Not too much. Just to kind of finish off the brow. And I think that is we're going to come back with a finish, and she's going to do a little posing for y'all, okay? Let's go back just a little bit.
Well, Mommy.
Do it now?
Yeah, because I'm going to do the music and all that, so.
Okay.
Okay.
You're in it.
I'm trying not to be in it, but it's so, or either scoop, let the seat down, maybe. Too taller than me. Okay.
Just something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out. Something about her. Ooh, it's something about got a woman the boy.
All right, we're done.
Going to work.
All right.
Thanks,
Have
Mom.
fun. Happy Valentine's.
Goodbye, lovely people. Hello.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap for this weekly vlog. We're going to get on up out of here. I hope you had an amazing Valentine's Day and all the jazz that comes along with it. So if you liked this video and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel. We do all things hair, makeup, wigs, all the things. I also bring you along. We do a little bit of daily vlogging, weekly vlogging, you know, and we prep for vacation, but all of the main details of any vacation or trip we take will be on our travel channel, which will also be linked down below. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to that channel as well. Leave me a comment, share my content, and definitely I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. We finally hit those 4,000 watch hours. Your girl is monetized here on YouTube. I appreciate it. But now the work really begins. Me making sure that I give you great content, not just content, but great content, and that you like it, you enjoy it, you actually watch it and watch those ads and all the things. All right. So until next time, Kammy loves you. Mwah.